Yeah, happy Friday. Es viernes, el cuerpo lo sabe. Ya ahorita voy por me voy a ir a poner mis botas verdecitas color pistacho. Welcome to another episode of the Supreme Connection. I am DJ Supremo, the host with the most drama for your mama. You know how that is. Yeah. What's up, camera guy? ¿Cómo andas?
¿Qué ando?
Sí. Y Faz. What's up, Faz?
Aquí andamos bien. Ya es viernes.
The Master Commander in Chief.
¿Qué show? ¿Cómo andan?
Compadre, we have a guest today.
Yeah, it's me. Surprise!
No,
Welcome to the show, Jerry.
Thank you. It's an honor being here.
So,
I called off, pero ya wasn't my third write-up, so.
No, con nosotros tenemos a nuestro gran amigo y realtor de Tucson, el más chingón, Aaron. ¿Cómo andas?
I'm great. I'm excited.
Es todo.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here, to be invited.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
es el podcast más chingón de Tucson. Porque no hay otro.
Así.
Y los que lo han tratado, nomás duran como 2 semanas y les pegan.
Compran un chingo de equipo, güey.
pasa,
Se
sí,
sientan
güey.
a pasar
Sí,
y
pasa,
vale madre.
No, es que todo el mundo hay que echarle ganitas, güey.
No,
Sí.
échale ganas.
Camera guy, ¿qué hay en el menú?
Pues, la verdad, estoy un poco perdido que ahora. Porque estamos en viernes. Y pues... Vamos a hablar
Es que andábamos de viaje, güey.
Andaba-
Andamos de viaje, güey. O sea,
Ando mal,
calmado, güey.
tranquilo.
Andamos mal, güey. Apenas, y sabes, el jet lag y todo el pedo.
O sea,
güey.
me voy a tener que conformar con un microwave burrito, ¿o qué?
Sí.
Chingado.
Tranquilo. Pues ahora vamos a hablar con Aarón. Y queremos hablar con Aarón.
De esos que encuentras en el truck stop, güey.
Esos son más rápidos, güey, que te comer.
Ya, póngase serios, muchachos.
Ya.
Aaron, ¿cuánto tienes ya en la industria de realtor?
8 years.
8 years?
8 years. Yeah, I've been doing this. I started January 1st, 2016.
Wow.
So that's 8 years, right?
10 years.
16. Yeah, 8 years. Yeah, 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
Yeah, it sure does. The hustle is my adrenaline. So
Órale.
that's my hobby basically.
Ay, qué suave.
Yeah. So
¿Y cómo empezaste?
that's a very long story.
We got time.
Yeah, we got time. All right. So
Hay que sacar el seisito, güey.
La pachón para que está ahí.
yeah, no, it's a very long story. I don't know if I start from the start or start for when I became a realtor.
Well,
But-
let's talk about what process were you in?
Why'd you want to be a realtor, man?
Yeah, why you want to be a realtor?
So I wanted to control my income. Number one, right? So I worked at a job previously where I was a salesperson. I was commission paid, but then when I got good at it, the owner changed the commission plan.
Oh, that's plan.
Bastard.
Suck ass move.
Clásica, güey.
What a low blow.
No, I mean, once you crack the code, right? Once they tell you, hey, this is how you're going to make money, and then you get good at it, you bring it back down. So
Sí.
in real estate, you can control the commission you charge. So I wanted to be 100. So I found that real estate was the best way to do that, for me to control how I was going to lead my life from there on.
Órale, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
That is true. He does have full control of his,
I
his
have
commission.
100% control. 100% of my future.
And the reality is, yo pienso que a mí en un tiempo yo consideré becoming a realtor, right?
Sí, también.
Pero y yo dije, no, I have to deal with clients, y
People.
you got to show your best face no matter what's going on.
Eso
You know
sí.
what I mean? So no es para todos, you know what I mean? So I got to give you props.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And again, I learned that's one of the things I was afraid of. But then at the end, I just decided to be myself. I learned that doesn't matter what face I put in front, there's always going to be somebody unhappy,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Be a
So,
photographer.
No haga caso. If you want to get food stamps, if you want to be poorer than poor, become a photographer. Es como todo, ¿verdad, compadre?
sí,
Como
Yo-
todo, güey.
Yo no soy pobre, güey.
Pobre pero honrado.
Yo soy de la clase media pobre, güey.
O pobre y medio.
Como ahorita los precios y todo, güey. That bar just continues to get higher.
That one stung.
real,
That was a
for
low
real.
blow. That was a low blow.
For real.
Yeah.
No, es que, mira, por ejemplo, en un trabajo, hay trabajos que te dan un aumento cada año. Y estás hablando de un
Ajá.
aumento de 50 centavos.
Ajá.
Es que
Sí,
está
güey.
bien, güey.
Sí, güey, pero
Yeah.
ese aumento, güey, ellos le subieron el precio. It's every year.
O sea, haz de
it's
cuenta que no te están
0.5%.
pagando más, nomás
Correcto.
están...
They're just keeping
they're
up
just
with the
adjusting, that's it.
adjusting
Ya,
to
se
the
llama
market.
cost of living.
Yeah.
That's
Sí,
what
pues,
it is.
sí.
They're
Sí,
just
yo-
keeping you afloat.
Yeah,
Just
well,
keep your
Exactly.
neck out of the
But
water. Yeah.
nomás te suben una vez al año a ti el salario, pero todo sube
Sube
en un
todo el
año,
año,
güey.
güey.
Entonces, ¿de dónde está la ganancia?
No, pues, no, mira, por ejemplo,
Es que-
en el trabajo de mi esposa, they split it up, fool. So they give her like every like quarters, they give her like a raise. Nomás para just
Para engañar al
just to
enemigo.
fake the funk.
Ajá, para despistar al enemigo. Pero ahí te va esta. Te dan 50 centavos según y tú te pones bien contento. Y ya en Open Enrollment la aseguranza de salud te la subieron como a $15 y la del dentista otros 5 y así.
Sí, es que dijo Aaron dijo algo muy importante, güey. O sea, ellos te controlan tu sueldo, lo que tú vas a ganar.
Ajá.
Porque si no lo hacen, se van a quedar sin empleados, güey. ¿Sí me entiendes?
Sí,
O sea,
claro.
tienen que seguir teniendo empleados.
Yeah.
O sea, ahorita las escuelas, la universidad, donde quiera que vas, forman empleados.
Em-
No forman emprendedores.
Empleados also known as
Para que,
suckers.
para que seas un empleado toda la vida y luego te dicen, ay, te vamos a dar un 401k y cada año te vamos a subir el sueldo.
Y
si te
vacation pay, have you heard
y
of
vacation pay. Oh my god, PTO, güey. Ay, sick days.
FMLA.
Pero
so
la
you
cagas
get
una
sick.
vez, güey, te hacen right up en chinga, güey.
A huevo,
You know what I
güey.
mean? It's like,
A ver, y en Realtor, en Realty no existe nada de eso, o damn, qué chulada, qué chulada.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're out on your own, right?
Sí, pues
Yeah.
you're responsible for yourself.
You're responsible for yourself. You're out on your own. Just like when you're running a business, if you don't have enough clients, you don't get paid.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. So when you're a realtor, you're 100% of your own. No one feeds you leads. No one feeds you clients. You're 100% on your
crazy.
own. Yeah. 100%.
That's rough.
Dang,
That's I
that
mean
is
that's
tough.
rough.
Yeah.
You have to have that money. At least when we started, we like we had to do the same thing, find our own clients and kind of bueno, no sé cómo está el realty, ¿verdad, güey? Pero like an art thing, like photographers are very like they keep to themselves. Like y mis clientes son mis clientes.
Gatekeep.
Yeah, they gatekeep was like how to
Yeah.
find clients, how to build relationships.
How to use a flash.
Yeah. So all this stuff you have to learn on yourself, right? At
All your skills.
Yeah.
All your skills you learn them on your own.
My camera.
Hardest part, no, I think the hardest part is like, when like, well, you don't have nothing to show. Like when you sold your first house, so like, it's I think it's kind of the same. Maybe it's the same experience. Maybe it's not. But how do you sell something that you never sold before? Or how do you sell this idea to these people? Because
Pues es que tienes que ser un buen
pues
vendedor,
sí,
güey.
obviamente, güey.
Well, I
Because-
mean, and that's one of the things that I learned, right, from being successful is, one, you have to learn what you're gonna know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, you got to learn what you got to know. So, to be a good salesperson, I read all the sales books. I paid for sales school, right? I went to the webinars. I went to the seminars.
Wow.
Number one rule is, in order to sell the product, you got to own one. You got to feel the pain that your client feels.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of realtors out there that are not homeowners, right?
But ahí ya
That's-
empezaron mal.
Yeah. So you have to be a homeowner in order to sell a home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the same advice that I give all my clients is when they come to me and they tell me, hey, is it a good time to buy a home? Or 90% of the time it's like, people are telling me it's not a good time. Well,
Have you bought one?
well, no, like, who are you asking?
Yeah.
Who's giving you the advice? A renter? Right? Like, would you take medical advice from someone that's not a doctor?
No,
Yeah.
pues a huevo que no.
Yeah, right?
La tía y
Or even worse, would you take
Sí, güey, un
would you-
tecito, güey, se te quita.
Yeah, would you take marriage advice from someone that's been divorced?
No, pues a huevo que no. Bueno.
Exactly.
Se fue
So
para la chingada.
exactly.
¿Qué chico se te va a dar?
Exactly. So you gotta take advice from people's house.
That makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Sí, huevo.
Yeah, because then
Sí,
you can
porque
relate to.
I don't know how we sold our first gig, our first event, dude. Like this guy le dio hasta lo que no, güey. Because
Hasta I still bend over.
but he got the gig. He got the gig. He got the gig. Because we couldn't show like for a wedding, like somebody trusts you their like event, their life event, right? And you're like, wow, I've never done a wedding before, bro.
Yeah.
Did you YouTube any? Like, did you?
Yeah.
I think I got it
stuff.
prepared as much as I could. You know,
Yeah.
like YouTubing. You know,
Yeah.
and then like me llevé una amiga que ya había hecho o sea, like event photography before. De hecho ella hizo mi boda. Pero I don't know, man. It was just like one of those things where I was like nervous. I was about to cancel it too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's because the hardest thing is there's now we learn like there's so much factors that change during the day. Like it just you have to be on your feet. You have to be ready to go.
You gotta be in your A game.
Your A game,
Yep.
right? Even though we have a sad face, ugly face, whatever we have, but we gotta be on our A game. It don't matter what's going on. It
Yeah,
rains,
well.
whatever. We gotta just do what we gotta do, and that's what we learned on the job.
Got
Like,
it.
that's what we learned at the job, and then we just got really good at it.
Which leads to my number one skill, right? There's a certain set of skills that don't matter what my goal is. I always have like this blueprint, and then the number one of my blueprint is learning how to commit. You gotta learn how to commit and worry about the rest later. Number one, learn how to
Good
commit.
tip.
Yeah, it's definitely
Just take the risk.
Yeah.
Just take.
yeah.
And that's what I told him. If we don't do this, bro, then we're never gonna do one.
Yeah.
It's this one, or we never do it.
Exactly. Just like when I told them before, the first time I used to be 400 pounds. I used to be a real big guy. The first time I lost in 7 months, right? I lost like 120 pounds. But I lost in 3 months. I ended up losing like 90 pounds. And it was the same thing. I joined a CrossFit gym. I couldn't afford it. I wasn't nowhere near as successful as I am now. Back then, $200 a month for a gym was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. We're talking about like 15 years ago. That was
Dang.
insane amount of money to spend in the gym. And I just went in. I went in and literally gave them my last $200.
Wow.
Right? Commit. That's it. Commit. And the next day, 5K run.
Dang.
Damn.
And yeah, it took me forever. But that's what you got to do. That's the scary things you got to do to become successful. Is you just got to commit first. Don't worry about.
How you can do it?
Yeah, how are you gonna do it? Don't worry about the small things. You just gotta do the scary part and say, okay, boom.
And even if
Here's a
you're
commitment.
gonna be good at it,
Or maybe you're gonna
not.
suck. You never know if you don't try though.
Yeah.
It's part of like, a lot of people are afraid of failure, and failure is part of the process, right?
Yeah,
Because if you don't
definitely.
fail, you don't learn.
Yep.
So and that's my other skill is you got to learn how to bounce back. After I became a realtor, I regained the pounds. Took me 3 years to lose weight again, but I never gave
Wow.
up. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I never gave up. So what was it? 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 2023 is when I lost the weight again. So
Well, he looks good, ¿verdad? We gotta give
Sí,
him
sí,
props.
well,
Thank you.
yeah.
Looking good,
So,
man. Looking
yeah.
good.
Which is another skill. Appreciate it. Which is another skill is to be in your A game. Me personally, when I'm in my A game, is when I'm eating healthy
Yeah.
and working out. You're fresh. You're like
Yeah.
you catch everything. So a lot of people, don't like that skill, but don't believe it. They don't believe it. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard skill to get,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tough to be. It's tough to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and throw, an hour, 45-minute workout.
Yeah.
It's extreme for some people, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know?
Yeah.
Te da como energía, especially in the morning. Morning workouts are the best. Then you wake up and you're like you said, you're fresh.
You're like sweating
Brand
the rest
new.
of the day, but
Yeah.
yeah, I see what you mean.
See,
You're
that's what
just
I've been
burning.
telling you, bro.
I know, bro.
Damn
Yo
it,
les
man.
digo todo el tiempo, vamos
Ya
al gym,
estamos en
vamos al
pinche
gym.
marzo, güey. Aquí estamos todos.
We have to commit. Aren't you guys hearing these
We're not
tips?
committing, we're not
Commit.
committing.
Yeah, we need a trainer, man. Que venga y nos pinche lleve.
Saque de la cama.
Sí, vámonos, cabrón. Yes, no. Pero Aaron,
Yeah, what's up?
I gotta give it up to you, man. Like,
Yeah.
I see you everywhere, man. Social media and magazines, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure you're pretty popular, you know.
I mean, I guess, right?
He's like,
Well, I mean, being popular is one thing. Being known is another thing, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the goal, right? The main example I always give people is look at Starbucks. Is Starbucks the best coffee out there? Maybe, but it's not. It's the best known coffee out there. That's the goal. Is that you got to find ways to be the most known in that area.
I'm pretty sure que mucha gente te recomienda.
Yeah.
Would you say that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my number one skill is obviously selling. So when people call me and tell me, hey, I'm having a hard time selling my home, or I'm having so-and-so realtor can't sell my home, they call me. That's when it gets done, pretty much.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, so
Damn, that's old.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good movie, bro. Show me the money.
Aquí we want to motivate my compadre para que compre su house.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Vamos a ver.
getting
Yeah.
ready to pull the trigger.
That's the other idea. I told them we can make a whole other section where we talk about how to be a successful buyer.
Oh,
Right.
that'll be
Yeah.
good.
Like a whole hour. We do the whole hour. I'll give you the traits. You know, 'cause, I mean, out of all the buyers that I've seen, they all have certain behaviors, certain traits, and it's
El
not,
mío, la neta,
Go ahead.
voy a decir la neta, el mío era comer afuera, güey.
Yeah.
Eating out,
That's-
dude. Like that was one of my biggest. Like porque yo me puse, and I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of this shit. Pero honestly, like I'd spend like $2,000 a month eating out.
What?
Yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
That's
de volar,
insane.
y a veces, y ahorita pues ya no, ya I have a meal plan going on.
Yeah.
So like I see my expenses now what they were like a year ago, and it's like damn, like that's a lot. ¿Por qué? Porque en un fin de semana y a veces ahorita pues tenemos la tendencia de fin de semana pues trato de cocinar menos en la casa, pues ¿por qué? Porque pues we're with the family, you go out and do things, pero digo de volada pum, $200 gone.
Yeah.
Yo digo, damn, I did this every day of the week. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
you
crazy.
start racking up $400 or $500 a week
Yeah.
from just eating out when you could have saved that towards, you know, buying
Something
a house,
else.
buying a car, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
A Maruchan se ha dicho.
No, pues tampoco no te vas a morir de la
Tampoco,
pinche presión,
tampoco.
güey.
that's not a dad either.
Yeah.
That's a little
Hey,
too
hey.
excessive.
What do you guys think about Maruchan and weddings, bro?
I like Maruchanes, so I don't know. I mean, I'm down for
As a
that.
snack, as
When
a
you're
snack.
when you're already pedita, el una
Sí, ya como
Maruchan
a las
antes de
12.
irte,
Antes de irte, güey.
para que se te baje la peda.
I went to a wedding where they actually gave chicken soup.
Oh
Right?
wow.
Yeah, they gave chicken soup right before everybody left.
Did people eat it?
Oh yeah.
Right? I feel like it's a good
Yeah.
idea.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because ya te tomas tus traguitos, you know, se te
En
baja
bien
la
entrada te
peda.
damos algo así para que se te baje un
Sí,
poquito.
pues para que se te
La
baje.
cosa es que los que guacarearon esa noche, guacarearon bien chunky. But it did the job. They got the poison out, brother.
That's funny.
So when you notice how much money you were spending on food,
Yeah.
were you saving it, putting it in a credit card, putting it in an account that you could reach?
Pues la verdad, mis hábitos cambiaron en cierto, like a kids now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had to make those adjustments in order for
Mhm.
it to work, you know what I mean? Y pues ya habíamos juntado varios, o sea, dinero y hemos comprado, we paid things off that we
Okay.
were
Yeah.
like, you know, that
Oh.
had us tied down. So not right now we're like at basically whatever my wife makes is more than enough for our monthly expenses.
That's good.
Wow.
Anything else and anything that I make, anything, you know, that other comes in, it's just extra income that we
Perfect.
have to
Yeah.
a la mano, pues. Entonces,
Yeah.
that definitely has helped us a lot, right? But I just feel that I think we still have a lot of grow to become financially free, but ahí vamos en el buen camino.
That's a good step,
bueno.
though. That's a
Yeah.
good step is realizing where your habits
Yeah.
that are throwing a lot of your income away.
Sí, y
Yeah.
like dije el otro día, I have this app called Rocket Money. I don't know if you guys heard. Patrocinan los culeros. Pero te dice pues lo que gastas al mes. O sea, it's tied to your bank account. ¿verdad? Y like last month le dije a la de we have to kind of tone it down on the coffee because we spent like $214 on just Starbucks last month.
Dang.
So I said we gotta tone that shit down to like maybe $100 or $150 and just
Yeah.
slowly, gradually.
Drink coffee at
Being-
home, bro.
That's
Yeah.
another thing. But,
Today I made a
pero güey, es
coffee
que
at
you know
home.
when you have 3 toddlers, food, you know.
It's just easy. It's convenient.
It's just, y luego
No,
me
no,
pusieron un.
I'm gonna-
¿Sabes lo que pasó?
I'm gonna come
espérate.
into this conversation
Espérate,
'cause I know
espérate.
secrets that he's not telling me.
Espérate.
I know things he's not telling.
No. I'm gonna expose myself. A veces me da hueva, güey. A veces tengo chance de hacerlo. Nomás no lo hago, güey.
Ah, ¿sí?
Okay, pero
The
lo que
toddler's
pasa,
already at the daycare,
the
bro.
reason why I spent more es porque me pusieron un Starbucks en la pura pasada, güey. ¿Sí me entiendes?
El de las seis.
Antes I had to go out of my way
Now it's
to
just
go
right
get
there.
Starbucks. Now it's like
Right
on
there.
my, and there's like no way I can.
Your car's just like, whoop.
Sí, haz de cuenta que
Sí,
son-
güey,
es como
el pinche
son-
carro automatic to
Haz de cuenta
Starbucks.
que son como los carritos de Disneyland.
No,
They have
no,
a trail.
no,
They have a
no,
rail
no,
food.
no. I'm gonna give you some advice.
Right into the drive-thru.
I'm gonna give him some advice for where he lives right now. Turn on Greasewood, bro. South.
No.
no.
And take 22nd.
No, it's
There's
too-
no Starbucks on 22nd,
Yeah,
bro.
but you know.
Or you can leave your house with coffee.
Yeah. Coffee.
Once you have coffee in
Like-
your car,
So we're good.
yeah,
I
you're
don't need
good.
coffee.
So what
Hey,
Aaron,
but I did that on Saturday
Okay.
y vine y lo tiré, you know.
¿Por qué?
Se me cayó, güey.
No lo tiró, se le cayó.
O sea, no-
Es que dijo, es que no es del Starbucks y ¡paz!
All over my computer, who gives a shit?
So damn, I have to get Starbucks now.
Setting himself up for failure, bro.
Hey, it's okay, bro. It happens.
Yeah.
¿a quién no se le ha caído un cafecito, güey?
A mí no, todavía.
No,
No.
pues yo
No.
no tomo, güey, así que I cannot tell you. Pero, una sodita.
Una sodita.
Y Aaron, a ver, pienso que ahorita es un buen, ahorita que trajiste el tema ese de the good time. Is it a good time to buy a house?
For me, it is.
Yeah.
Right. Well, here's my number one rule: if you can afford one and you can buy one, that's the time for you to buy a home.
Okay.
Right? That's the time. One, you'll never know when you're going to afford one again. When you're going to have your credit's going to be good again. Accidents happen all the time. Things happen all the time. And then when you had the chance, you're going to be like, damn, I could have bought one 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
You can let that one go. Right. So that's my number one rule when it comes to home buying is the best time to buy a home is when you can get one.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it.
All right.
And-
That makes
and-
sense.
And it's funny, like, people hesitate to buy a house, but don't hesitate to go buy a new car.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's true. That
Ay,
happens
pinche
a
carro.
lot.
Te voy a sacar una Silverado del año,
Sí.
güey.
Yeah, exactly.
2024 but they don't hesitate because sí, they already gave me one, so I can go get another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think, because like that's what the car
mentality.
business that does the mentality.
And that's one of the number one killers for people right now is we try to get them a home, right? And then we see that their monthly bill in a car is $800, $1,000, $12,000.
Dang.
That's wild.
Wow, because of the high interest rates, and you're like,
Wow.
that's like half a house.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You
So
can go live
had
in
you
your car.
not had that car, you would have bought a home.
Dang.
So
Damn. Oye, estaba mirando en esto cuando ya que hablamos y todo. Me puse a hacer un poquito de research on like trends que andan ahorita. And I found that there was a trend that the millennials are not technically necessarily buying houses.
except for one type.
Yeah.
But go ahead, I'll tell you.
But
which.
they're buying mobile home.
That's fine.
But they're buying those because they're more accessible than buying a traditional house
Like
with
affordable?
land and stuff. They're more affordable than buying a house with land. That's what this article that I was reading was stating.
referring,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was referring to. What do you think? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I see how and why that's happening, right? But again, I've always said it. Women buy more real estate than men by far.
Really?
Yeah, like literally like 101.
Wow.
Every transaction that I've done in my whole 8-year career involved a woman, except for like 3.
Wow.
One way or another involved a woman. It could be the husband and wife. It could be the girlfriend. It could be a new child. It all involved a woman, right? And
Yeah.
single moms, big time home buyers.
Wow.
Big time home buyers. But I think only 3 or 4 single men bought a house in my whole career.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Let's just keep it real. Es que la mujer está más enfocada, güey. Es la neta.
Yeah.
Eso sí, güey, eso sí. La neta, si yo fuera vato, single, happy, bachelor, yo estuviera
Ahí
viviendo
en el downtown,
Sí,
acá.
exactamente.
En the 10th level, acá.
Así pensaría, yo así viviera, güey. Así la neta, ¿por qué? Porque no es que no aspiro a tener algo que es mío, sino que ahorita en esta etapa de mi vida, ese es el gusto que a mí me gustaría tener. No, a lo mejor no sé si los venden también, condos o lo que sea, pero a mí personalmente así me gustaría vivir. Es que yo alucinaba, güey.
Ya lo sé, güey.
Yo alucinaba
Sí, yo
cuando mi papá me llevaba a Los Ángeles, güey. Yo alucinaba vivir en
En
un
downtown
Edificio.
LA, aquí.
en un edificio grande, güey. Y decía, yo quiero vivir ahí, güey. Entonces, cuando estaba morrito,
So that's
tenía
your
programa.
dream.
That's
That's your goal, yeah.
Like, I would love to have one day, like, having, like, a condo in a large building. Just
Well-
maybe not to live in it full time, but to have one.
Aaron, that's
Yeah,
nice
cool.
and dandy, but wait till he feels the first earthquake. Ya no va a querer
Hasta
vivir.
que le diga me dijo que no. La Debbie me diga, nah, it's not happening.
Te tumba de rollo.
No, but that's definitely like this has been a goal, like for at least for me. Yo siempre digo, let's go live downtown. Ah, los niños y que no sé qué. Pero a lo mejor cuando estemos viejitos, ¿va?
Bro,
Ajá.
speaking of millennials,
Green Valley.
lo que traen a la cabeza es de
Oro Valley.
que they talk about, oh, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. O sea,
I've seen that.
that's the
Yeah.
mentality, bro.
I've seen
You know
that.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
really?
You know?
So,
I mean, I've seen some people bend over backwards for a dog.
Wow.
And I mean, I'm not a dog owner, right? So I couldn't relate. But I've seen them bend over backwards for a dog. And they're like, I don't want a
$3,000
child.
in hospital
Yeah.
bills, bro.
Yeah.
Dang.
I've heard stories like that.
Yeah.
$3,000. Oh, yeah, I just took my dog $3,000 this weekend. I'm like,
I gotta take my Yorkie to get his hair cut.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's wild. So what would you suggest, like, as far as millennials that want our because mucha gente está mal informada, pues.
Yeah, for sure.
Entonces yo pienso que si nos informaríamos mejor, porque esto no lo enseñan en las escuelas, pues.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't do this at school. So in order to become a home buyer, a homeowner, it's like the idea is like, oh, I have to settle down first and then look to buy a house.
No, I haven't. I've seen some people not settle down, buy the house, right? Those are the rare occasions, though.
Yeah.
But I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen them not settle down and said, hey, I bought a house for when I do settle down. Something for single men to think about, right? Because
Yeah.
a lot of single men will go out and they buy the big truck and they start andan ilusionando.
Le meten $100,000 al troque, güey.
I mean, look, like, to me personally, what I've seen with my experience is if you buy a house and you post videos of you like painting, working on a home, the women will go to you.
A
Oh,
huevo.
yeah.
You know, so
waiting for my future wife.
Pones aquí, güey. Pones aquí un pinche sign, line starts here. y luego-
This could be you, baby.
¿De qué color quieres que pinte la recámara?
this could be us, pero te freseas.
That's funny.
Y es neta. No, es muy importante. Por ejemplo, we talked about this in another episode. When you need a computer, no te puedes andar diciendo, oh, si me espero el año que viene, ya va a salir la computadora con un botón más que la del año pasado y así, ¿no? O sea, if you need it, you gotta go
need
for
it,
it.
yeah.
It's pretty much a house.
Jerry's waiting for the iPhone 16 to come
Sí,
out.
no,
Sí,
y
güey.
el 17.
I have
de una
a
vez.
better example.
A ver, bring
a better
it.
example. So when women get a mommy makeover,
Ay.
See?
We all know
Estamos viendo la fase.
Not once do they flinch, right? Not once.
that is correct.
But when it
Yeah.
comes to buying a home, oh, that's too expensive.
Ya me voy.
This show's about Fazia.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, it really comes down to your priorities at
Yeah.
this point.
Y luego,
right?
por
How
ejemplo,
badly do you want it?
mucha gente se atontó con lo de la pandemia, güey.
Ajá.
Ese era un dinero perfecto para juntarte una buena feria y comprarte una
tener
casa.
dinero para
Neta
comprar
que
uno.
sí.
Y hay raza, güey, que quemó ese dinero.
Pero
y-
la gente se empezó a asustar porque, le están subiendo la casa, Because everybody was
Ajá.
buying. Everybody that had money was buying houses, and the houses were going up and up and up. Ay, no, pues no tengo fe, tengo mucho tiempo libre.
Pero,
de vacaciones.
pero tengo BBL y la...
Salieron un chingo de BBLs en 2020, güey.
Claro.
Sí.
Yeah.
Pues el mío.
El que anda estrenando.
El Daddy Makeover.
Daddy Makeover, güey.
El Jesse fue y le agarró unos... Porque salió de Dad Bar, güey, y le pusieron unos implantes en el estómago.
No sé,
güey.
güey.
¿Qué hubo?
Chao.
Ah, güey.
You haven't seen my six
Trae six pack y todo.
24 pack.
No, ya
Cuéntanos una historia acá de que algo que te ha pasado, algo ocurrente, no sé.
Well, all right. So I'll tell you the story when I became a realtor, right? So they changed my commission plan. I go to real estate school at nights. So I leave work 5, get to real estate school 6:30. Don't leave like around 12, sometimes 1 o'clock at night.
Oh.
Get home, right? And again, to start a business, you need money.
Yep.
Number one thing, you need money. So at that point, I was learning, okay, what are you going to do with money? Right? And I saw it as a business, starting a business. When you start a business, you either have money or use other people's money. The only thing I had was good credit. So I went out and I got a bunch of credit cards. When I got 30 grand in credit cards,
Wow.
that's what I used to start my business. I committed 100%. Like I said, you got to commit.
Yeah.
Got 30 grand in credit cards, became a realtor, and I said, I got 6 months. And that's all I got. I got 6 months to pay my bills, become a realtor, and start making money before these 30 grand ran out. So that's all I had. I had no choice. That's the only
Yeah.
choice I had, is to become successful
Or
Or just be
or become
$30,000
successful.
or be in the hole for 30 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Sí, sí, es que te la tienes que rifar, güey. O sea,
Yeah.
así es la única manera que vas a crear algo, pues.
And I learned that from another business owner, right? Like I asked him one day, how do you start a business? Like, what do you do? And then he told me, remember that one time where you lost a lot of weight and you just went for it? And I'm like, yeah. He said, it's the same thing.
Wow.
It's the same thing. So that's why when I talk about business success, I also talk about weight loss. Because what I learned losing weight, I can
Apply
apply
it.
I
it.
just applied it in business. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Es que that makes sense.
It
Si
does.
te aplicas a algo, you...
Can't quit, bro.
Yeah.
Ya ves la Fasnia, güey, con el podcast, güey.
She committed to us.
I'm committed.
She's gonna be the employee of the month.
Sí, güey.
Vamos a hacer una plaquita aquí, güey.
Por favor, por
Employee of
favor.
the month.
52 episodes
Yeah.
of
How many episodes you guys have total?
This is
54.
number 53.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We should throw a big party at the 100th one.
Yeah, we
Right?
should.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be about around like what did I say last time? Like August.
August.
Yeah, about in
something?
August.
Yeah.
Yeah. so-
Put it on the
That's
calendar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on there because
Que vamos a invitar a todos nuestros
So,
invitados.
Yeah.
like what when we said we're talking about the podcast last year, we kind of committed to the podcast, and then we had Mondays off,
Mm-hmm.
and then we didn't like do episodes and stuff like that. And I told Jerry like, hey, bro, the 2024 we have to like really grind this thing. Like it has to be the thing that
Yeah.
we do. 2 episodes nonstop.
What's
Nonstop.
one of your guys' goal that you like? Man, that was a hard one, but you completed it last year.
man, that's rough.
Yeah.
I would say
We didn't write one down,
we didn't write it down.
Sometimes you don't need to. You just
But-
like gotta have it in the back of your head, and you're like,
but
"Damn,
I
did
think
it."
I think it was more about us just being us in the photography and video. It was just unique. Like we just have to be us, and whatever everybody does, I don't care. Like I don't care what you're doing. I'm just gonna do me and do what we do.
Because that's how you got to do it. Las cosas que hacen otros, pues they're not gonna pay your bills.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I think we did some we set some goals up last year, and I think the biggest one was travel.
Good.
Oh yeah. And you guys
and
got
we
that.
did. We
Oh
did.
yeah, when we started the podcast.
De hecho, mañana is a work trip. We're leaving. We're leaving on a work trip to do like some corporate promo stuff.
Got it.
So that's kind of like the things that at least from last year, that's what's kind of transcended into this year, right?
Yeah.
And then last year también una de las cosas que teníamos mucho era como tener el estudio up and running, and we finally ended up getting that like really consistent and doing more work in the studio than versus outside. So that's what we kind of started kind of gearing towards, and just kind of like when we said, we just focused on us, on our craft, and being good at what we wanted to do. Y ahorita el año pasado nos abrimos, de hecho en este mismo cuarto que estamos aquí era la oficina antes, aquí teníamos nuestra área de oficina y estábamos Sergio, yo y Fasnia y estábamos platicando to open a model agency. And so we were just kind of like, we kind of wrote some stuff down, and we kind of just, just put it on the back burner.
And nobody listened to me.
Nobody listened. And we kind of just put it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we threw it on the back burner. It was just like ahí.
It was there, but
marinándose, you know what I mean? Y de la nada, güey, se nos prendió el foco, güey. Acá, plink. Hey, we should open an ambassador program. And we're like, what? Like, we should, like it just clicked. Like it wasn't something that, like it was just like, it just happened. And I was like, Supreme Models that's an ambassador. So we started, talking to like the people that like the models that we worked with in the past and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, we're on board. Let's go. Because ¿por qué? Porque ya le metimos un año de trabajo al estudio y ya hemos llegado a ya la gente nos conoce en cierto tipo, ¿verdad? Y ya las muchachas esas tienen confianza de decir, ¿sabes qué? I can back up this brand, or I can back up that company, that they're responsible, they're, good people, professional. So they back me up, and boom, it just happened. Like it's something but it was something that we
on the back burner.
Yeah, on the back burner, and it just came out. So
that's true.
It could have been in the back burner, or it could be something you manifested.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it could be any goal at one point. Like I don't know if you guys seen it happen. I've seen it happen a lot to me where you're constantly thinking about something, right? But but you're not working on it, right? But but then all of a sudden it clicks. It comes in.
Sí, y eso es exactamente lo que pasó. Estamos sentados. Hey, güey. Eso de Supreme Media, the models, deberíamos hacer like an ambassador program, güey.
Yeah.
Sí, güey.
That same day we did a logo.
Sí, güey.
We called people.
Hey, le mandé mensaje. Hey, ¿qué onda, güey? Quiero hacer esto, otro. Simón, ok. Boom. Ya hasta mi esposa dijo, we should do it, let's do it. Yo te ayudo y todo, y boom. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Y esas son las muchachas que se apuntaron, and it made them sign like a waivers and shit. Y fierro, vámonos. And this is right now we're in the process of shooting our first ambassador shoots. So hopefully we'll see how that turns out. But it feels good to make it happen, and to also know que hay gente que te respalda, güey. Claro. Eso es la neta, está bien chingón, güey, ese sentimiento. Y me imagino pues que tú también tienes tus clientes que, hey, I want to buy a house. Oh, Aaron's the guy to go to.
Oh yeah, there's people out there that anytime someone mentions home, boom. Yeah. Hey, Aaron, no, like they put, not only they put your word in, but they're consistent. Like, they got to make sure they hire me.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's awesome. Eso es como sientes bonito, that your work is paying off, Y es como cualquier otra cosa. You could get either a bad reputation or you could get a good reputation.
One,
You pretty much build it yourself, so.
Sí, y la neta, como te digo, en la industria de la home, you can tell when the realtor is in it for the money, when they're just trying to sell your house just to get commission, Or you can also tell that when the people like actually care, the person makes sure that you get what you want, or what you can I realistically afford, and then that they actually care about. They try to help you out, really help you out. Pues no, hay gente, güey, que nomás está ahí por vender y pues no es que no saben hacer otra cosa.
O transean también, güey. Conozco varios negocios.
Mi primera tranza.
Oye, güey, acá entre nos. Acá entre nos. Ok. Si hay modo de transear a las personas in real estate, yeah, like as a realtor.
Well, one, realtors are not supposed to talk bad about realtors. That's in our.
Yeah.
That's in our.
Oh, that's on the.
That's in our rules of being in a realtor.
Sí, eso no lo sabía. El fotógrafo that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that doesn't
We should start a campaign.
If you're a member, you can't talk bad about other realtors.
Yeah.
You can't talk bad about the business, right? Because it's a professional business. That's part of our creed. But I have been known realtors that have lost their license.
Wow.
Right? It's because of them not following the rules. So that I can tell you, right? Because they lost their license. So there's been instances where people, they get burned. The Department of Real Estate investigates all claims. So let's say, for example, you were to buy a home and you feel that you were
Ripped off.
not ripped off. What's the word called? Malpractice, right? You feel like there was malpractice or the realtor was negligent in some area. Just call the Department of Real Estate. That's it. Yeah. So, is there a way? Yeah, there's a million ways.
Yeah.
But will they get away with it? Probably not. Especially because they investigate all claims.
Wow.
That's wild. That's cool. We should make a
Pórtense bien.
we should make a department of photography.
We need one of those departments of photography.
For real.
Yeah.
Especially people screenshotting your videos and.
Oh my god.
You know what? That's going to be everywhere now.
Yeah.
That's everywhere. I mean, we've had
I'm putting filters on it.
I have an assistant, right, that helps me with the social media, and she's my stepdaughter, but she runs most of my social media, and we see things all the time where they literally screenshot our posts, take off our pictures, put their pictures.
No.
Wow.
Or word by word. Like literally they'll copy what we put in some ads word by word. But at the same time, that's the problem you want.
Yeah.
You want those type of problems. That means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
If no one's copying you, you suck.
Yeah. That's true.
You're on the wrong side, bro.
You're on the wrong side.
Our motivation is, we gotta find something to do now. And then if they do that, that means they are a copy.
Por ejemplo, te voy a dar una idea acá. Y yo sé que yo no soy el que lo empecé, pero sí voy a decir yo soy el que lo empecé aquí.
Okay.
Entonces, pues yo ya lo he visto, la idea que implementé con mis quinceañeras y ya empezaron a hacerlo otros fotógrafos. Que qué bueno, la neta, como dices tú, si no te compean, pues lo está haciendo. Y ahora me cayó otra idea, like literally on my lap.
Así,
like I was just like, we're just walking, and boom, this girl called me, hey, I want to do a collab. I think we can do good. Boom, boom. Ya es una persona que ya hemos, de hecho, she's already been on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Y she's like, hey, me gustaría regalarte a ti, a un quinceañera, esto, lo otro, ¿qué onda? ¿Te entras, Simón? Yeah. Perfect. It's something that's gonna come up within the next couple of weeks. Pero, if it works out, le dije, y sí, me gustaría continuar haciéndolo. Si quieres tú hacer, cóbrame lo que tengas que cobrarme. Lo justo, le digo. She's like, no te preocupes, nomás te voy a cobrar los materiales. Y nomás, we'll just work that way.
Yeah.
And so then that's a blessing because what she's gonna provide to me is not something that is cheap per se. Like people pay like, I've heard people pay like $800 for one.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's gonna be cool that I'm gonna be able to gift these things to. Because like for example, the idea that I had about it was with robes, and yo les hacía un custom robe.
Sí, cierto.
Yo se los compraba, yo no les decía, y era algo que yo les regalaba as a token of gratitude for hiring us. And it was cool because it was a surprise. La muchachita, she's like, oh my god, and it just kind of like started her day
good.
well.
Yeah.
You know. Y ya ahorita, ya con esto, ya is going to give us another edge de que, hey, now we do something else. You know what I mean?
Apúrese, compadre, porque ya lo quiero copiar.
Ah.
No, we're not gonna air this.
No. Te voy a decir.
We're not airing this.
Yeah. Pero,
That's another thing we learned.
pero sí,
We gotta
como
hold
dices
on,
tú,
hold on.
like, si no te están copiando, vamos a decir, si tú no copias a otra gente en otros lugares, porque yo, como te digo, yo mis ideas no las agarro de aquí, yo me meto a
I'm
ver
inspired by other people.
by other
We have
photographers
mentors.
that are like nowhere near Tucson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh my god, that'd be cool to implement it to one or two, see how it works.
Yeah.
And if there's things that have worked, then there's things that haven't worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure it's the same in every area. You know what I mean? And so, coming with it's been successful for us to do this, and now hopefully I better see if this new trend becomes successful and we become, a little bit better known, I guess you could say. But yeah, man, I just
Hey, we're known, bro. They recognize me at the Tucson Parade.
That's
Okay.
when you know. That's when you know.
I was
that's when
walking
you know-
around and people know recognize
Supéralo,
my-
güey.
That's when you know the
Yeah.
money's coming one day.
super.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they recognize the
Yeah.
brand, bro. They
Yeah.
recognize the brand, not me, the brand.
That's
Yeah,
when
I
you
know
know
you
the
guys.
money's coming one day. Because when you're walking by and people recognize you, that's when you know, like, hey, we got momentum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Or-
I'll tell you one. I've gone to Vegas.
Dang.
And I'm like, hey, and people are start yelling, that's the guy that sells houses.
Like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, me.
And that's, honestly, it was probably a pretty good feeling, huh?
I mean, it's good feeling. It's also a scary feeling, right? It's also a scary feeling. But no, I mean, it is. But I'm not. How can I explain? I'm not the type of guy that likes to be or cares about how popular he is, right?
Right, okay.
I care more about how many people I've helped. I care
That's
more about, how many lives we've changed.
Yeah.
Right? Because we literally change lives. We teach people how, we've had people come in with the crappiest credit, right? And the lender comes out and tells them, this is what you got to take care of. This is what's going to be done, right? We don't babysit you at all because we want you
To do
Right,
it
to
for
do
yourself.
it. You
Yeah.
want you to make the lifestyle change, right?
Yeah.
But then when they do, and then they make it happen, they buy a home. We've had clients that bought a house 3 years ago, and then they asked me, "Hey, I want to know how much my house is worth." Now it's worth $100,000 over what they're paying for.
Wow.
So they're literally sitting at $100,000. And then 2 years before that, they had the crappiest credit.
That's crazy.
They couldn't-
200. I got.
Yeah, they couldn't pay their bills on time, right? Or whatever. They just don't. A lot of people just don't. What they don't know, you don't know. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Like when you just don't know nothing about a subject, and we just educate them, and next thing they know, they have
A house and equity.
They have equity. Now they have wealth, right?
Yeah.
Wealth that you can pass to your children or do whatever you can to do. So
Yeah.
that's what I care
Si te
about.
lo propones, lo haces.
No puedes
Yeah.
hacer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, and how can people find you, man? I know I found you pretty fast.
Yeah.
Complementa.
Yeah, so online is the fastest way to find me. My cell phone number is out there. It is my personal cell phone number, so anybody can call me anytime, text me. Instagram, Aaron Dominguez Realtor is also a great way to find me.
Perfect.
All right. Do you have a Facebook?
I do. I have my real estate Facebook. I have my personal Facebook. So again, Aaron Dominguez Realtor on both.
Nice. That
Awesome.
makes it easy.
Soon a roasting.
So,
Facebook.
hey, you don't
A
have
roasting Facebook.
All
Aaron
right.
roast.
Well, that concludes another episode of the Supreme Connection. I am DJ Supremo. Aaron, thank you again
Thank you.
for
Appreciate it.
joining us.
Bye-bye.
Pórtense bien. Happy Friday.
Nos miramos.
DJ Supremo, the Supreme Connection, Supreme Media Studios.
Bye.
Bye.
Cuando necesitamos la yo sé que te pone coqueta.